Hello, everyone, and welcome to Miss Sharon's Reading Corner. I am Miss Sharon, and I want to say welcome to all of my friends and hello. Today, we have something very important to talk about. What is that? It's our emotions. We're going to be talking about big emotions. And if you look behind me, you'll see a poster that I have some big emotions on. And I'm going to show you some little pictures so you can see them up close. Have you ever felt angry or happy, sad, or silly? Whoa, those are some pretty good sized emotions. Well, on my board back here, I have even more emotions. And I'm going to use my pointer so I can tell you what they all say. We have shyness, fear, happiness, sadness, boredom, shame, surprise, angry, distress, and interest. Those are all emotions. Those are 10 emotions that come from our Ready for Kindergarten program. And so those are some pretty big emotions. It pretty much covers just about everything. Well, today, not only are we going to talk about those, but we're going to also talk about how to manage these emotions. And when we're working with preschoolers, there are 5 things that a teacher or a parent can do to help manage these emotions. Number one, emotional awareness. Now, this means that the parent has to be tuned into their child's feelings and their own feelings. And this is the same for teachers. Pay attention to your own emotions from happiness to sad to anger. Understand that emotions are a natural and valuable part of life. Observe, listen, and learn how your child expresses different emotions. So, as the children first start school, the teacher gets to know them, and then they get to know their actions and what sometimes are their triggers and different things like that that can cause children to have different emotions. But one of the very important things that you need to know when we're in this phase is watch the changes in the facial expressions, the body language, the posture, and the tone of the voice. Now, this is also for big people too, because sometimes we have these facial expressions and have body movements and our posture, we folding our arms and doing all these things, and our voices may change. So, the same thing can happen with a little person. So, our second thing is connect with the child during the emotions that is going on at the moment. So you want to pay close attention to the child's emotion. Try not to dismiss it or avoid them, because sometimes we try to do that, and that's something that we should not try to do. We don't want to dismiss it, and we don't want to avoid them. We want to see the emotional moment as an opportunity to teach or to assist the children. Recognize feelings and encourage your child to talk about his or her emotions. And you really want to kind of start this really early in life for children, learning the different words of emotions. So you want to do it when the child is open to learning and stuff like that. And you want to start as young as an infant, because you want to talk the baby through whatever is going on. If the baby is crying, you're upset, are you hungry, are you wet? We are doing all these things. And so we want to start putting those words into our children early, building that vocabulary really early. We want to provide guidance before emotional escalate into a behavior that we don't want to be happening in the classroom or at home. So, our third thing is we have to listen. We have to listen with empathy and honor the emotion that the child is having at the time. You want to respect the child's feelings by taking time to listen carefully. You want to take the child's emotion serious, because children are very serious people when it comes to this happening in their lives. When they are sharing their emotions, they are very serious and want you to pay attention. So you want to show the child that you understand what he or she is feeling, and you want to help her or him give a name to it. You want to avoid by all means, avoid judging or criticizing your child's emotions or your classroom children emotions. And then our fourth step is we want to help them name them. As I said, you start early by giving them names of different emotions. And sometimes when you have an emotion, these emotions have more than one word that explains it. So if you look at my poster behind me, when I look at the one that says happiness, it says content, glad, cheerful, pleased, delighted. So those all mean happiness. When we talk about anger, it's furious, outraged, bugged, annoyed, and cranky. We're giving them some words to explain how they feel. So we want to do this as early as we can. We want to help them name these emotions because this will sometimes soothe a child by giving them words and to put with how they feel. You set an example by naming your own emotions and talking about them with the children. You help the children build their vocabulary, as I stated before, by giving them all different types of words of what these emotions are. So in step five, you want to support the child as they explore appropriate solutions to the problem. So as a teacher, I would use this finger play that was called I'm Upset to get this across to my children. It states, I'm upset. Stop and think. What is my problem? What are my goals? Think of as many solutions as I can. Try my solutions. Did it work? If not, why not? Try again. So you want to help them think of as many solutions as you can. So in doing these things, sometimes our children may have to be redirect, and this may be taking them to a totally different activity than what they was doing. So if they was playing over in the blocks and some things was going on, and they may need to think of some solutions. One of the solutions could be maybe Billy wants to go paint for a while and then come back to the blocks. Or maybe go play in the water table and then come back. We want to make sure that we are giving them these different options that they could do. And we want to encourage emotional expressions. We want to make sure that we set clear limits on behaviors. And when we're doing this, one of the things that we have to always let our little one know, ask them, how are they feeling? How is their body feeling? How are their body reacting to what is going on? Are you feeling hot? Is your in your chest it feel like a ball is bouncing, that your heart is going so fast? Are you getting hot? Are you sweaty? Are you wanting to throw things? Are you wanting to flip things over? Or all these things, what is your body saying to you? And we want to make sure that our children know what is happening with their bodies when these things are going on. So, a helpful hint for us and for parents is we need to be patient. We need to be honest with the child. We avoid criticism, humiliating them, or mocking them. Those are not things we really want to do because that can make it escalate even more so. And then when they have little success, we want to boost that so that the child get more confidence in what is going on. And we want them to be aware of what they need, both physically and emotionally. Um, we want them to be able to identify when the child is enjoying what is going on, what is happening with them. Avoid um, getting on sides. Like if Billy wants the blocks and Sally wants this, we're not going to take one thing from the other child to give to the other. We're going to try to get them to come up with solutions to work it out so that they can work things out together. So these are some of the skills that children need to learn in order to go to kindergarten as well. So use this as a teachable moment with children. Coach them to be able to discuss things and make solutions for themselves. So there are four categories for coping skills. Now, I'm going to tell you what these things are, and we're going to try to come up with some ideas of what we can do in all those areas. So, for number one, you want to find a relaxation skill, and this could be what? Taking deep breaths, counting to 5, smelling a flower and blowing out the candle. Yes, those are things that we could do. So let's try to take 3 deep breaths. Okay, you're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, Miss Sharon also have a ball that you can use for breathing too. See my little ball here? So when I'm taking in the breath, it's going to open up like this. And when I blow the breath, it's going to go in like this. Okay, so we're going to take a deep breath. Yes. Can you feel that it's opening up and then closing inside of your body as well? So we talked about distracting, going to something different than where you was at, being creative, doing something different, even pulling out a mirror and looking at yourself and maybe smiling in there or making silly faces, anything that's going to make you distracted from what's going on. Then there are those that are called movable skills. Now, these skills are when you physically get up and exercise, or you dance, or you go running, or you do yoga poses, or stretching, or doing Nia dancing, or using scarves to dance with, things that are flowing and things like that. So there's another thing that you can use. It's called the thinking skill. And so, as I stated to you before, we do the I'm upset little finger play to learn all these steps. And then in the classroom, you can also have either a feeling chart, how do you feel chart, with all the different things on there, or like the big poster I have, or you can have a feeling thermometer where you on that thermometer it states all the different feelings and then the skills you can do to help cope with these things by each emotion that is on there. So you will know exactly what to do because it depends on the situation of what you might need to do to cope with different things. So we want to make sure that those things happen. As one of the important things is you always want the children to feel that they're being heard, they are valued because they are very important people and we want them to know that they are important. So you have to value what they are doing and validate what choices and things that they have made. So I hope that in you listening to this video that you have some coping skills and you have ways to manage emotions by attending this workshop. I want to say I thank you for visiting me at Miss Sharon's Reading Corner, and I wish you well, my friends. And if you have any questions on big emotions or learning more about emotions, don't hesitate to reach out to my team so that we can help you validate your feelings as well as your children's, and so that these emotions you have all the skills that you need to manage them. I want to say I wish you well, my friends, and I'll see you next time on Miss Sharon's Reading Corner.